In terms of designing the zine, that was a very lengthy project. Actually, that took up most of the project time, if I'm being honest, because I didn't know what I was doing. So I went onto YouTube and I searched how to use Adobe InDesign, and I basically taught myself the basics of how to do that. And I was going back and forth between InDesign, Photoshop, and Lightroom for like all the graphics, all the photos, stuff like that. First thing I did was upload all of the photos from the SD card from my camera onto my laptop, and kind of just thought what image speaks to me and captures kind of what the Class of COVID zine is about. I imported all of the images into Lightroom, and for most of them I felt like they didn't need much editing, kind of that the colours were not like completely off. When it came to this photo, actually it was not looking how it looked on the day, so I had to do a lot more tweaking, make sure that the colours were matching up to what I saw in real life. I searched how to do typography. I was searching layout spreads on Pinterest. I went on Pinterest and looked up design magazine spreads. So this was the first draft of the front cover, and as you can see here, I'm just playing around with typography, different fonts, and yeah, it didn't make it to the final cut because it turned out horribly. And then after that, I tried to add the 2020/2021 on there. That also failed terribly. And then this is the original front cover, which I was in love with the 2020/2021 typography. Like, I literally loved it, but I could not fit everyone's faces on there. I had to eventually just scrap that idea. So here, I actually love this photo, by the way. Like, this was my favourite photo I took of her. Like, the little wisp of hair in the wind. Oof, it was giving. It was giving. But yeah, I just copied and pasted the interview answers basically into InDesign and matched up the font that I wanted with it, and then just played around with how it laid out on the page, which I obviously again got inspiration from Pinterest in terms of the layout. And yeah, I just had to go with it. So this was my friend Sada, and she actually took this picture herself and then sent it to me. And then, as you can see here, I'm like adding the boxes behind the text to make it kind of stand out from the background, because the background I actually got from a free like sample pack. You know, free packs you can get off YouTube or like just the internet in general. Yeah, so I just cropped it so that it was just the clouds, but then I realized, oh my gosh, you cannot actually see the text, so I had to add in this blue background, and it actually really worked. So this was pretty much I want to say the fourth edit. I really thought I was done at this point, but it turns out I would not be, because I had an odd number of pages, and for Mixam it made sense to just go up to the next of pages, which was like 54, I think. So I had to add an additional 4 pages. So yeah, but this is what I really thought was done. So this was one of the last additions to the zine, and yeah, this was the first time I was actually using the 3D element in Photoshop, and I was just really messing about, having fun. As you can see here, I'm adding like shadows, I'm playing with the color, the aspect ratio I think it's called, or like the zoom, I don't know, but yeah, I was just playing around because I really wanted to include this quote. So yeah, and I think the best kind of creative pieces actually come out of it when you're just having fun. You're not even sure what you're doing, but you're just messing about. So on YouTube, I basically searched the basics of InDesign, how do you use it, how do you format for this, and I watched a couple of videos as well of people who did zines as well, but just not on the same topic, so I'll link them in the description box below. So the printing service that I used was called Mixam, and I always knew that I do a limited amount of physical copies, and I ordered their free paper sample. It's really important to understand different paper types, different paper weights, densities. Yeah, and it was just really cool to go through and actually feel the types of paper and the quality of paper. Another thing I would suggest with Mixam, which is a really good service that they do, is the sample print. So this is the Mixam website, and this is the kind of process you go through when you're ordering your draft booklet. And as you can see, like, I uploaded my artwork, as it's called, and you can rearrange the pages, and you kind of just check it. You can have the bleed lines up on there, everything like that. They run through what you need to do, and then you can view it in different formats. So I viewed it as the booklet, how it would look. So this is the draft zine that I got. As you can see, it's not that many pages, and yeah, this was before I had properly, because I couldn't get the back cover and the front cover to upload, so I had to upload the front cover twice for some reason. Yeah, it really just helped me go through and see, am I happy with these colors, am I happy with the placement of stuff. So for like this page, for example, I realized that the background color is not for me and the text is not for me. So I realized I had to change that. Even like the placement of some of these pictures, it wasn't for me. Yeah, it really just made everything real, and it made me want to push harder to get the actual finished zine complete. And then from there, I basically went through the formal process of Mixam and uploaded my work, my zine. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. That is basically the process of how and why I created the Class COVID zine. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has supported it so far, and for all the people who took the time to contribute and give me access to their experience of being a young person in 2020, considering how hard it was of a year for everyone. So thank you so much. Yeah, that's basically it. If you want to view the zine, there is a digital version available on my website, which I will link below. But also, I was blessed enough to be interviewed about how and why I created the zine. So I will link that interview below. Honestly, and thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more.